Hey, it's Tammy Time. Welcome to the show, where the fun's always prime. I'm your host, Tammy Hernandez, and I'm here to bring the heat, with conversations that sparkle and energy that can't be beat. From lifestyle to entertainment and everything in between, we'll dive into topics that matter and make your day supreme. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's get started. It's Tammy Time, and we're going to have a blast every single part.
Hi, and welcome to Tammy Time with me, Tammy Hernandez, and then we got my cutesy little co-host, Gizmo, and then we have my friend, and he's my little doggy who's always with me. And then we have my good friend here, and we're going to have conversations. So tell us about yourself, how people can find you, and are you enjoying Florida now?
Well, consider I came down here on Sunday and got delayed for an hour and a half because it was snow and ice. I'm definitely enjoying Florida. I came from New York.
I know that much. I learned a few years ago when our friend Brian's friend Chris was using a snow blower. What a snowblower was. I never knew that people had to clean up after their own snow. I thought it was like hurricane debris, and the cities did it all.
Well, I grew up in New Jersey, so I got to experience it. You know, when my dad would use it, I thought it was just a toy to like push snow around, but you know, he was actually trying to be productive and get the snow off the driveway.
Yeah, never experienced that. I've never had to. I've visited cities when it snowed, but when I walk out my hotel, it's all cleaned already.
Well. Jealous of that. So came down here, a little bit of fun, some meetings, some investors that are down here, and get to enjoy the warm weather.
And investors in
a hedge fund.
Hedge fund. I don't understand them, but I know you're supposed to be good at it.
So, you know, everyone asks like questions about hedge funds. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of different hedge funds, all have different types of strategies and ideas and stuff like that. So my background has been as an options trader. So it's a derivative, literally. Their options are derivatives, and it's a derivative of something else. So that's what I've been doing since college. I started on the floor of the American Stock Exchange after University of Michigan, and I've seen all sides of the business, but you know, I've always been an options trader.
So do you enjoy it, David?
Love it. I joke that I don't feel like I work.
Is it sort of like gambling or no?
Strategic gambling.
Strategic
right?
Gambling.
You know, there definitely is, like with anything, there is luck involved for sure, but you have to. A lot of when I was on the floor, a lot of the big firms, they actually had Texas Hold'em as one of their training things, because some people view playing poker as just pure luck, but there is a skill set, there is statistics, there is odds. So it's not just taking a dart and throwing it. Like there are things to give you an edge over someone that just does no knowledge.
And then when you're at the casino playing, you can ask them to help you, and they'll advise you whether you should hold it or hit it or what.
Correct, and you're not going to be right every time. I mean, you know, the casino is going to say the dealer has a 5 and you've got a 14, you should stay. I mean, the dealer could still pull a 6, but the odds are that you know, if that can happen 100 times, that more than 50% of them you should benefit from going with the statistics tell you.
Okay, and what's the name of your firm?
So the name of the fund, it's multiple funds. Multiple funds.
Not firm fund.
Yeah, multiple funds under RS Advisory Group.
RS Advisory. Okay, cool. That's good. And so you're good with it and knowledgeable and.
You know, back, you know, prior to even me being a professional, everyone always thought of asset allocation as like having equities, having fixed income, having some cash in the bank, maybe a little bit of real estate. And then over the last, 20 years, you had people had allocations to gold, and they wanted to have some commodities. Alternative investments, it's a term that, maybe you've heard, maybe not, but it's become more prevalent over the last decade, especially when people were making nothing in bonds. Right. So there's many different types of alternative investments. The whole premise behind it is just to not be correlated to a specific thing. So it's not stocks, it's not bonds, it's not real estate, it's an alternative.
It's a combination.
And the different strategies that we run are all under that umbrella of alternative investment. So we use, our skill sets in the options world to have income generating strategies, but multiple different strategies.
Now, is there a way for people to defer taxation if, say, they invest in it and then they don't have to pay, say, income tax on the funds until a later date?
So I will preface by saying I'm not an accountant.
No, no. But I was just asking.
No, absolutely. But so people that have self-directed IRAs,
okay,
we can take IRA money. So if you're at a larger, if your employer has an IRA plan and we're not on that plan, we can't. But someone that's a self-directed IRA, they can open an account as with the custodian that we're set up with, and then they can invest directly into one of the funds.
Okay, that's cool. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've always been self-employed, so that's probably why. Didn't know, but that's a cool thing.
And there's a lot of different rules in the tax code, depending if an option's an ETF, if it's a single stock, if it's an index. So we have multiple funds, and they don't each trade the same thing. So depending on one, there are different tax ramifications. But in all of them, we do take IRA money or retirement
some
money,
retirement
whether it's pension,
money.
IRA, 401k.
Because I know that some people, they like to put money in IRAs and then, or whatever, to defer, and then when they pull them out, they're not making as much money, so they're in a different tax bracket when they decide to cash stuff out. So I was just curious.
Yeah, and if you think that everyone invests in many different things, but if you think that it's an investment that would be a higher paying investment than some other things you do, it would make sense to use your IRA money or your retirement money in there rather than in stuff that you have to pay the full taxes on.
Right. I'm basically, so simple, stupid, because I like things simplified. So like hedge fund is you get options in different random things, not meaning random, meaning it could be, say, oil, silver, gold, or real estate, and then you're buying options into them.
So, without going too deep into what the strategies are,
but you research it first.
We have a specific strategy that actually sells options, and my expertise is in the options world, and so we utilize options that we feel are too expensive, and we try to take advantage of extracting premium from them. And each fund has its own sector that we do it in, our own asset class that we do it in. Each asset class has different levels of volatility, has different levels of risk, and our returns are coordinated or not coordinated. They're reflective of what the overall risks that are being taken.
Yeah, because I know when I filled them out with my financial planner before, they'll ask me, if you got this much of a risk and this much of a gain, how are you willing to? And they have you do that like once every 6 months or once every year to see what you're willing to risk to win.
Yeah, so kind of tying it all together, we're not involved in that aspect of it. So you have the financial advisor that talks to you about that.
Yes.
Then within the bucket of alternative investments, they may say, hey, maybe you should have 25% of your portfolio in alternatives.
Right.
You would then say to me, hey, David, explain to me the different strategies that you have, and within those, maybe have an allocation within it.
Okay, that's good to know. Because I've never actually understood what a hedge fund is. I just know people have them and people make money who work at them, or you make money off of them, but it's never been anything I've actually understood, like Bitcoin. Don't understand that either.
Hedge fund is just a very broad term.
Okay.
But really it's a pool of money that's being invested as one lump sum. So if we have 50 different investors, it's not going to be 50 different accounts that every time we do a trade is different. It's like they're all trusting that they like the strategy that we run, and it all goes into one pool. Then at the end of the month, when a statement goes out, everyone gets their pro rata share of the overall strategy.
Okay. Now, that was the best way to explain it to me, because I've never understood what it was. I just knew it had something to do with stocks and this and that.
Not necessarily stocks, because people could have a hedge fund in real estate. They could have a hedge fund.
I got, but just in general, that's what I'm like, okay, I know they do something for helping people make more money off their money, but I wasn't understanding what it is. So I had its different products, whether it's real estate, stocks, minerals.
Anything. I'm sure
and
now.
so it's basically a pool of money together with groups of people, your clients, meaning groups who all invest and trust you to do it all.
Right. That's the biggest thing.
Don't trust me to do it, because I'd be shopping.
You obviously have to have a good strategy. You have to have good performance, but you have to have the trust of your investors too, right? People are giving a large amount of money to someone to trust that they know what to do with it.
Yeah, I could do real estate, but don't expect me to know anything about all the other stuff because not good at that. And then, so how do you like Florida in comparison to New York? Because I know that you live in New York.
You know, for the amount that I come, and I come usually a week or so in December, sometimes in January, 2 weeks in February. To me, I view it as vacation / work. I don't really, my socializing when I'm down here is typically geared around the work aspect. So it's a little different of a comparison, right? It's in that sense. Like, I'm single, I live in New York. There, I'm actively dating. Here, I'm not. That's not the reason I'm coming down here.
Right.
If we're out and I meet someone, fine. But like, it's still a little more vacation mode.
Okay.
Where in New York, it's not vacation.
So
mode.
what dating apps are you on?
I am only on Hinge.
Do you like Hinge?
No, I hate the apps.
I've never been on a dating app.
So I never had. I had briefly been on it at different stints before COVID.
Okay.
COVID made me download them because I always was about going out, meeting people organically.
Oh.
And in New York, it wasn't like it was down here during COVID. You can go out and do stuff. In New York, restaurants were shut down. You had to sit outside in the freezing cold. I mean, I invested in a lot of long underwear because I had to be outside in 15 degrees on dates. So it was a lot tougher to meet people. So I did, use the apps as
You
well.
stayed in New York through COVID.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have handled that so well.
So I had shoulder surgery and had some complications in March of 2020. That kind of took over my life for a few months. If it wasn't for that, I can't say I wouldn't have come down here for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, because couldn't imagine being in that state for that.
It's funny, like if you look back at some of the policies that I think were insane, but if you remove that, it was actually fun. Like it was much. We got used to life of like work, and then like when work's done, whatever. You really got to mix a lot of things together. So the socializing, although there were rules that made no sense, people were much more chill, much more low key. Like even the high strung people became a lot less neurotic. So it actually had some fun parts of it going out, but I
Really?
imagine it was better down here.
New York, everybody always is walking super, super fast, and you all look like you're going to funerals with your black
Correct.
clothing.
It wasn't that. People were wearing sweatpants. People were working from home. I mean,
Oh, I don't wear sweatpants.
so no, but I'm saying I agree with you, and now it's back to what it was. But for that, let's say like toward the end of 2020 through middle of 2022, that year and a half, it was much more low key. It was not like very stuffy like you're imagining.
Oh, no, I'm not imagining when I've been there. You all speed across streets, people honk their horns,
Yeah.
and not super friendly.
I don't know if it's friendly being the right word. It's a different mentality. It's definitely not as chill. But I think it, like with anything, there's plenty of people that are not friendly and plenty of people that are. But the friendly people still might be the ones that are speeding across the street and whatever. It doesn't mean they're not friendly.
I don't know. All I know is I grew up on an island, and we wave and we talk to everybody.
I mean, look, I maybe I'm at a place I wave and talk to everybody too.
Yeah, and then, it's just different because we wave, we talk, we tend to communicate, and I avoid honking horns at all cost.
Yeah, see, I don't drive a car. That's the beauty of being in New York, so I don't have to worry about honking horns.
Well, everybody's safer when I'm not driving because I can't even read any of the signs in this place.
Ah, nice. Well, yeah.
So, what's dating like in New York?
It's an adventure. All right,
Is it?
it ebbs and I mean it ebbs and flows. The things that people care about to me are way different now than they were 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Okay, so what do they care about?
Politics is the number one thing up there.
What do you mean?
In terms of dating, everyone is very polarized by politics, and it's something that if you would have asked me 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I would have told you you're crazy if you thought that was what people would talk about. But it's very much when you see the memes on social media that you may not be experiencing down here, and on both sides, those are reality, a lot of it.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I can say I've been canceled on a few things for my views, but so we don't really discuss them, but I'm pro common sense.
That's exactly, you're using the words I say. I never was a super political person. I still am not. I have views from both sides, but I always say I'm pro common sense. That's the exact term, and we did not discuss this before. No. That is the exact term that I use. I'm pro common sense.
But Gizmo does have pictures dressed as Trump with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. He's the only dog that does.
I have seen it.
He's the only dog that does. So we know that I stream and I do a lot of stuff with social. So I was at a house with another content creator. Their name is Clav or something. Still don't know why they chose their name to be an antibiotic, because that's an antibiotic. But anyways, there seemed to be popping is what I was told. So Gizmo runs into the house and they the one roommate who doesn't have a following was yelling for me to get Gizmo. Well, they blocked it so I couldn't get him. And I was sort of extremely annoyed because they were very, very mean. And the roommate who doesn't have a following, Clav, and this other guy who, I forget his name, it's Ed something. He's a fighter and does a lot of streaming and social stuff. I think it might be Matthews. He's from England, though. Not England, he's from the UK, but he's from the outskirts, not the nice area, because he had the weird accent from the UK.
They all get me, so.
No, the proper ones I understand, but this one is where he was speaking slang in regards to there. Okay, so he was yelling at me and to get Gizmo, and then I said, you realize my dog was just at a $40 million house yesterday. My dog's been to Mar-a-Lago and everything, and you're saying he can't come in your house? My dog's been to more cool houses than this. And then I ordered an Uber home and accidentally doxed their address because nobody would answer me, is this the correct address? While they were streaming live. So they sort of called me a name. And I said, well, I didn't know you all were streaming. Nobody said, hi, my name is so-and-so. We're streaming live. Is that okay with you? Because I didn't know who they were. My friend Nicole had us go there because she knew them. But they're like on the Kick app, which I don't quite understand.
I've never heard of the Kick app.
It's similar to Twitch. Okay, but they do this thing that is called rage streaming. That's the new thing that's in, where these young people have, what is it called? Not meltdowns. It's called something that they do where they just totally throw a tantrum. The young 20-some-year-olds who can't deal with life, they throw tantrums.
Yeah, I am not, I stink with social media, and all this stuff is, beyond me. I mean, I watch the videos I watch, but all these terms and all these things, well, I don't doubt it, but I haven't experienced it.
You're smart. I stumbled across it by accident. I started it to piss off somebody in Whitehall.
All right.
And that's how we wound up with millions of followers.
Well, then it worked.
Yeah, they helped me make money. That person's still in Whitehall, and I'm across the street. But it's okay, because now all of Gizmo's relatives are in Whitehall. Even though Gizmo's not, but they're all of his relatives, and that person still lives there who sued the building for a fake dog allergy. And they're from up north, too.
Yeah, those fake allergies, that's New York.
But some people aren't as friendly as Florida. Because Florida people, we don't care what you're doing. You leave us alone, we leave you alone. We don't bother you, you don't bother us, and we're all good. But yeah, these condo people sometimes aren't nice. My new condo, they're not nice either. They moved the potted plant, put it right in front of the mirror that I would use once a day because of boob discrimination.
Yeah.
So now, so are you having fun with dating?
I am.
And where are you finding people? On the Hinge app or just in public?
I would say in general more in public or out and about and setups more than the app. I'm on the app. I could go 2 months without even opening the app.
So who sets you up with dates?
Different people.
Nobody sets me up with dates.
You gotta move to New York, I guess.
Oh, that's okay. It's cold there. And I'm not too sure I like the mayor. I think that guy was named the mayor, who now
he was named the mayor.
Yeah. I'm not too sure because he put a criminal in charge of the criminal justice system. I'm sort of thinking that's not the best thing. He said, I think it was actually on an interview where he said that who would know better than somebody who's been in the system? I'm thinking I don't want anybody who's been in the system in charge of my finances, but that's just me. I don't know. I think Gizmo could be a good political office person because he's cute.
He is cute.
We could bribe him with treats. So that would be good. But so now, but now that everybody knows you're single, they might just email you at the office for dates.
Right, but it won't be through Hinge, so it's...
Right. So what are you looking for?
Oh, God. I need someone who, I always say, I need someone who's independent.
Okay.
Enough that they can function on their own, but also is not afraid to be dependent on the guy they're with.
Wait a minute, but why couldn't they function? Do women that nowadays don't function? I can change a tire.
Listen, you're more independent than I am, but I'm just saying I need both. I don't want someone that's just I'm looking for a man and let him do everything, but I want someone that's not too, I'm a strong woman, I can do everything and don't need a man. So somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do everything, but my parents did raise me to be able to do most things and to not need a man, but they also raised me that, okay, you're from Key West, bridge goes out, we're on our own without the government for at least a month, so you got to know how to take care of yourself. So different strategy, even though you're on an island, Key West is an island, we're closer to Cuba than Walmart. So we're connected to the mainland by 42 bridges, the longest being 7 miles, another one being 2 miles and 3 miles long. So yes, we have different ways of thinking.
Totally.
Because I've learned that some people who live in the city, because you're from up there in the city area, that you all don't know what plants you can eat. That you can go pick fruit and different things.
Yeah, I can say that I know all the things that I could eat that are safe versus not either.
Well, there's one plant that, thank God, we have warnings on, but if you ever want to get rid of somebody, it's this plant, and it's the deadliest tree in the world, and we have it in Florida. And every part of this tree is deadly. It's the little beach apple tree, and it has little green apples. But if you stand under it when it rains, the water that comes off the leaves will burn you. If you burn the wood, it blinds you. If you eat the fruit, it kills you, and you can make a tea out of leaves that kills you too. But the simplest way to tell which plants you can't and berries you can't and can't eat, per se, generally, if you break the leaves and it has a milky sap, you shouldn't eat it 90% of the time.
All right, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, so if you're ever traveling in the Everglades and you want to know if you can eat, because we have passion fruit in the Everglades that you can eat. There's sea grapes. Those sea grapes, you can eat those that are along the beach, but they need to be purple. The iguanas tend to eat them before the people up here can eat them. But there's all sorts of, and the little hedges that have the little berries on them, that are shrubs in most people's yards up here. Those ones you can eat too. They don't taste very good. Sea grapes are good when they're purple. But it's good to know which ones you can and can't.
Yeah, definitely. I would say for me, I enjoy single life, but also I am looking to take that next step at some point and have a family. So I definitely want someone that is, I know it's a broad term, but is a motherly person, right? I want to have a partner with when I'm raising.
Age range?
Well, I'm in my 40s, so I'd like someone in their 30s.
Okay. Cooking, non-cooking?
I like cooking. I'm
Oh, you cook?
I do, but I also like to be, someone to cook with. So it's not a necessity. If I'm picking automatic, it's a green flag for sure if they cook, but it's not a must. It's not if they don't that I can't.
What do you cook?
I cook really good salmon.
Okay.
And a couple of I have 3 or 4 dishes that I feel like I make, and everything else is, I always say I'm going to make new things, and I make the same 3 or 4 dishes. So I'll make some Greek turkey burgers. I'll do a bolognese night, taco night, but I do want to expand on that. But look, I like a combination. I was going to, even the other things we used to look for, I like combination of someone that can chill at home and, one-on-one on a couch and hang out and cook and have a bottle of wine, and also go out and have a good time. I like a combo of both.
And they got to be able to socialize in
I need
case you want
someone
to go with
socialize,
clients.
Definitely. Whether even with clients for sure, but even just with friends.
Right.
Like I don't want to be out with 15 people and they're on the side talking to one person because they are afraid to be in the middle talking to everyone else. So I mean, I realize that not everyone's gonna be as social as me, but I can't have someone that gets social anxiety or can't talk to anybody.
Right. Well, I can talk to a rock.
That
I
we
talk
know.
to Gizmo all the time. He always agrees with me.
That's good.
And he likes everything I like. Now, tell everybody once again the name of the fund and how anybody could find you if they have questions about anything.
Yeah, so our overall business name is called RS Advisory Group. We have 2 separate funds that we run. One's
But
called
what's
RS.
the email address they can find
Well,
you?
so one's called RS Low Beta Opportunity Fund,
Okay.
and one's called RS Crypto Income Fund.
Okay.
And you can go on the website of each one. One's rslowbeta.com, one's rscryptoincome.com. And if someone's interested to learning more, they could just go on there and fill the information out and it'll come directly to me.
Okay, well, next time you have to come back and tell us about crypto because I have no clue about that either. And that wraps up today's show. Thank you all so much for listening. And we'll see you again we'll see for the people who are actually watching this and for the other people who are listening on. The Trolleys will listen on Mondays. So have a good day. Gizzy says bye-byes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
As we wrap up today's show, I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of the Tammy Time community. I'm so grateful for the conversations we've had and the stories we've shared. Remember, you are strong, capable, and deserving of love and respect. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. Keep shining your light and know that I'm rooting for you every step of the way. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you tomorrow on Tammy Time.